we all talk about the Tsawel Lama, and normally, like while we chat with our friends, they ask about the Tsawel Lama and all. And I see that I don't have Tsawel Lama, and I don't know what the definition of Tsawel Lama is. So if Rinpoche could explain that. Thank you.
Number one, you have a two question, how the mind and body is connected. I think you have to ask to the scientists about that. I have no, extra explanation regarding that, because scientists, they're still trying to discover the mind itself, the nature of the mind. So if I have that answer, oh my goodness, I had a breakthrough, result, I'll be super rich by now and famous, that sort of a thing. So, so that's number one. So there's no answer to the first question. The second is that you should never, feel obligated to find a guru, or to have a guru. You should always consider all these different philosophers and teachers and keep your mindset open as much as you can. That is very important. The moment you say, I have one Tsawel Lama and one guru and that's it and nothing more, then that's when you become a very close-minded. It's not really beneficial. If you look back in the history, many masters, some of them had 150 masters. Some of them, they have 8 masters throughout their lifetime. So there's no limitation in that. So there's no limitation in numbers. That's number one. Number two is that finding a master is not like finding a husband or wife. It's not an object that you try to purchase or get by your manipulation or your presentation of yourself and social status or whatever that may be. Finding a guru means finding yourself first. When you find yourself, you find a guru everywhere. There's a different type of guru. The closest to us is a human form of guru. The one who recognizes, the one who introduced us to the nature of the mind, that's also a guru. The one who reflects the meaning of impermanence, that's also a guru. The one who gives us place to stay, eat, food, giving us empowerment and teachings, that's also a guru. So there's different type of gurus. So you should not be so selective either, just because there's a distinction. So that's the other thing. When you have a clarity and calm and the clarity and the pure intention, and over the time you can see him or her as a guru eventually over the time. But you should not pursue yourself in order to find a guru. That is not the priority. Like an example, my own guru. They have never told me that I'm your guru, you're my student. I never heard about that. We always eat food together, we make a gossip together, we talk about many things. But there was not even one moment where they told me that you are my student, I'm your guru. The moment they say that I'm your guru, you're my student, you know that you are in a big trouble. Either your bank account is going to be zero, either your life is going to get destroyed. It's a little bit too late. Because by that time your mind is already manipulated by, if you criticize him or her, you will go to Dorjinyewa. So by that time you're already too late. So you should not wait until that moment. So the real authentic master, they will never say, I'm your guru, you're my student, you're my special student. You are lesser student. There's no distinction in students. There can be a distinction in the level of realization, but the distinction in students, it won't be there. Like, oh, you're coming from the high elite family. Oh, all my secret teachings, I give it to you. Oh, you're coming from the very, let's say, ordinary family. Teaching will take time. You will not understand that sort of a, distinction. It will never exist. So therefore, there will be few elements that you will see beforehand, and then that is the time that you have to run away from that figure. That's something important to keep in mind. Because when you have a clarity in mind, you have a genuine devotion to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and you have also a limitless compassion as well. When you have compassion, you have a devotion. These two cannot exist. One can exist, one cannot exist. It's not like that. When you have a selfless compassion, you have tremendous devotion to all the teachings of the Buddha, to that extent. So one cannot exist only and other doesn't exist. It doesn't work like that. When you have immense compassion, that means you have broken through from the cycle of illusion and the ignorant itself. So that also means you are in a state of clarity constantly, and you have tremendous devotion to all the great masters as well. And that also means that they should be having that quality as well, isn't it? Because they are the one who's going to lead you a little bit further. Yeah. So anytime when they say, I'm your Tsawe Lama, you are my student, just forget about it. And if they are, giving a Dharma teachings without any expectation in return, that's good. If they are giving teachings saying that, I give you this, now you have to give me something in return, then that means they have not overcome the basic foundation, let alone liberating you. So it's that.